السلام دوستای عزیز، خدا کنه که جو باشین، سرحال باشین و هر جای دنیا که هستین خوش باشین. Good morning everyone, hello, and thank you so much for tuning to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zara Sahibzada and I am an Afghan-American lifestyle and beauty blogger. Therefore, if you hear me speak another language, that is Dari. Dari is my native language, so I film my videos both in English and Dari. Most of you guys may know Dari as Farsi, but it is a Dari, so don't panic, I just speak multiple languages. And most of my videos are lifestyle vlogs, occasionally some makeup tutorials. But today's video is a vlog around my apartment. Now, for those of you who are new here, I, alhamdulillah, had the blessing to move to my dream apartment a little over a year ago. But unfortunately, I never had the opportunity or time to really decorate how I envisioned my space to be for numerous reasons that I will discuss later on. And later to this video, you'll see a little time lapse of me putting my apartment together. And speaking of putting the apartment together, these gorgeous, stunning flowers, as you saw me cut them up, was gifted to me from my very sweet friend Alex. If you're watching, thank you so much for these gorgeous birthday flowers. Her and I went to dinner at Beauty and Essex here in Manhattan. And I absolutely fell in love with the flowers that she gifted me, so I decided to scatter them around throughout the apartment. But it's time now for breakfast before we dive into the video. Speaking of breakfast, the introduction of this vlog, believe it or not, was filmed back in early February. It is currently now late March. It is the end of March as I'm editing this video and doing the voiceover. It is Ramadan now, so just looking at this delicious avocado toast, I cannot wait for inshallah Ramadan to be over and have breakfast again. But yeah, my favorite breakfast is avocado toast with a crumble of feta cheese and an egg. This looks so good. I hope as you watch my vlogs and hopefully subscribe to my YouTube channel, we get to know one another. This channel has really helped me an incredible community. And for those of you who are new here, I do live in New York City alone. I'm not gonna lie, it gets a little lonely sometimes, but I've gotten used to it. I do enjoy having my alone time, being in my thoughts, because I do spend 80% of my time at work physically. So coming home to my magical little space is really just a blessing in its disguise. دوباره یک دنیا تشکر که چینل یوتیوب ما آمدین. یادتون نره دوستای عزیز که سابسکرایب کنین، به من کمک کلان میشه چون که من با شما هر هفته یک ویدیو نو جور میکنم. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Zara Sahibzada and I create lifestyle and beauty videos, and this week's video is just a timeline and transformation and update of my apartment. For those of you who are new here, I moved to this apartment exactly a year ago, maybe a few days over, but I moved to this apartment a year ago and I'm just like, I still haven't uploaded a full apartment tour. And the reason for that is because I'm still not done. And if I wait for me to be 100% completed, this video will never go up. So I think a lot of us can relate to that, but I decided, you know what, we're just gonna sit here and I'm going to share with you a timeline of all the footages of me working on this apartment, transforming the apartment, painting the wall, putting wallpaper up, whatever little corner, nook and corner that I decided to work on. I'll come here and share the journey with you. You know, in a perfect world, I would have loved just in the blink of an eye or flip of a switch, just have this apartment ready in a week or just in a month even. But I was on a budget, first of all. And second of all, I really wanted to put the love and labor and doing things myself. So it was truly a combination of obviously being on a tight budget, but also wanting to do it myself. I love painting, I love decorating, I love doing DIY to the best of my ability, and I wanted to also film the process and have somebody else do it. Who knows, one day maybe when I have the extra coins, then sure, an interior designer maybe, but I just love it so much that I really enjoyed the process, so I don't mind it at all. I would say we're roughly at 80% of completion of this apartment. There's still like dining table left to be purchased and dining chairs, so the dining room area, and the library wall, which I'll show you, that needs just some moldings and a paint. So just 20% of little like here and there, but a whole foundation, substantial amount of this apartment where I'm like, you know what, this summer we are going to fully enjoy the apartment. We're not going to do any like labor of DIY. Maybe I'll buy a thing or two, but as far as like the substantial work of the apartment, I would say 80% were there. But most of you guys, if you have watched my previous video or if you're new here, I have to share with you that I've always wanted to live in this precious neighborhood. Me filming this video is by all means not saying, look at my gorgeous apartment. I mean, it's not a penthouse, nor is it a mansion. It's a small, itty bitty, precious little space that I was blessed to create and call it my own. And I've always wanted to live as a little girl in this neighborhood, to have this magical Manhattan skyline view with the city skyscraper, the magical twinkling lights, to come home after a long day of working in the city, in the fashion and luxury industry. And I'm really blessed to say that I'm there, that I have accomplished. I recently got a new job, which we'll talk about in a new video, which I am so in love with. I am so, alhamdulillah, grateful. I know it's been 2 weeks of me starting this incredible role, this remarkable job. So I'm really grateful. Like, it was a dream for me to work there, and now that I am, I'm just like, and the role, it's just really, really special. But that's a whole different video. Today's video, I just really wanted to come and sit down and just share some updates and all the videos and content that I have of me filming myself, of updating this apartment. I guess when I say update this apartment, I do want to clarify that this apartment was brand spanking new. This entire building is brand spanking new. They just obviously opened, and I was blessed that I was able to join. So the apartment is brand spanking new. Nobody had ever lived prior to me. So I love that I can make it my own, but I wanted to make it less white rental. It's a rental space, but more of like a built-in home. So you'll see I did a built-in library, these moldings, so it didn't look like your typical white plain rental space. I'm not a minimalistic. I'm like a nice combination of minimal, but a little hint of love is definitely injected in there. But the vision of the apartment was really to have a modern farmhouse meets New York City, if that makes sense. It's really a soft little touch of traditional, little bit of French, but it's like a modern farmhouse meets New York City. So you'll see some modern and vintage and old mixed. I love collecting eclectic things, and really just keeping it soft, elegant, and not too crowded, but also have little hints of cute little colors and objects and books there. So nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoy this video of a journey, a timeline of just me decorating the apartment. Again, this is not the apartment tour. We'll definitely film a proper apartment tour, but this is just an apartment update with a little timeline of videos. And keep in mind, these videos were literally created over the course of past year. Like the past 2023, these little videos were created, and I wanted to include them in the journey of making this apartment come to life and my dream to life. So I hope you guys enjoy my apartment update. Before we dive into the apartment time lapse, I wanted to quickly pull up this photo. This photo I posted on my Instagram story back in March 2021. It was me just sitting on the bench and staring at the Manhattan skyline with this little particular building in the photo that was not completed. It was under construction. I just wanted to live here and just open my eyes to the magical view. And here we are, fast forward March 2024. To be living in the exact same building as the photo is a moment of just blessing for me. So when I keep saying my dream apartment, I hope you know I mean it in a place of gratitude. I know this is not the most gorgeous place on earth, but this itty bitty tiny space is my little magical space that I've always wanted. So this journey of me decorating it, I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed filming it. So first thing first, when I moved into the apartment, I pulled up some inspiration photos from Pinterest, Instagram, anywhere and anything that stood out to me that kind of inspired me to have on my own. And one thing that I wanted in the apartment was a arched library. It was something about the pre-war apartment aesthetic that I was gravitating towards. So I started creating vision boards of putting like collages together of the library, this particular light that I wanted, the couch. As you can see, I popped into the living room and just pulled photos that inspired me of what I want my apartment to look like. Nevertheless, first thing first was shopping. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with home goods, TJ Maxx, so I went to numerous locations just to get inspired and see if anything stood out to me. I saw this particular couch that I was going to get, but I ended up going with a choice online, as you will see eventually. After being on the hunt for a sofa, it was time to select a rug. This is the rug that I went for. I saw this at Home Goods, and there was something that reminded me of like a Colina Watani, meaning it was very traditional, reminding me of the rugs that I grew up with back home. It had sort of that Afghan touch to it. So that's the rug that I got. Once I was back in the apartment, it was time to get organized with the little nook and corners or cabinets, should I rather say. So I got these cylinders, these glass cylinders, to organize my Q-tips, cotton swabs. I don't know if you want to call them cylinders or jars, but it keeps everything organized, and aesthetically, just to have it on the counter, on the shelf, it's pleasing. So that definitely was a win. And then I got this cabinet from Home Goods as well. I think I got this for $2.99 from Home Goods, which I love. I'm just storing stuff there for now, but ideally the plan is to keep my toaster, my coffee and tea, just to have a little coffee and tea station. That is why I got this corner. I'm debating whether I should paint this wall or get a fun wallpaper. And then the plan is to get floating shelves and then store my pantry and canister stuff. I mean, by all means, I have plenty of room back here. In the kitchen, if you want to see a kitchen update, nothing extravagant, but I have plenty of room. Keep all of my plates and glasses here, but I think it will warm the kitchen up if I do something with this wall and have some floating shelves on here for decor purposes. And then eventually next year, I do want to change these lights, but I'm not doing that now. That's just extra money that I'll be wasting, but I definitely want to do something with these walls because these ceilings are so high, which I love. Again, same as ceilings as a penthouse, which I love, but I do want to use advantage and make it fun and warm. And then update in the bedroom is that I have hung up the curtains. I actually didn't hang it up. Someone helped me, but they are up, which I love. It truly softens the room a bit. The bed is still here. Again, I will definitely do something with this wall. The mirrors that I initially wanted to hang up, I've returned because they were just way too heavy. So I'm gonna look at for different mirrors, but eventually But eventually the plan for this bedroom is to do something with this wall. I'm not quite sure if I want to paint it the whole room or just do an accent wall, but I definitely want to get mirrors on both ends with some sconces hanging up the ceiling. So anyways, for now it's fine. It's livable. It's warm and cozy. As you saw, I got the rug from my previous studio on this side. And then don't mind my laptop and the wires back there. But I don't mind it. Off to the living room we go. So the plan for the living room, as I shared some photos earlier, was to plan this built-in library. I am really blessed that I have these super high ceilings, and that I wanted to use advantage of it and really just raise it up. And by that, I wanted to build in these library bookcases. And I saw this hack on IKEA. As you can see right now, I'm in pajamas, by the way, don't mind me. I wanted to just transform the space so it doesn't look so white and rental. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I do plan on staying in this space for some time, hence why I'm taking my time in kind of making it a built-in look. Nevertheless, that is a little vanity table that I eventually took to my parents' house, but I am removing that as the plan was to cover it in wallpaper. So I was covering this little table / vanity in wallpaper, and then I was taking that to my parents' house because that really does not go with the apartment, I realized. Because it gets rid of all of the gross things. Alright, so I used a magic eraser to clean the table. I was using it temporarily for a vanity station storing all my makeup, but obviously it was temporary, so I'm taking the table apart because this table is going back to my parents' house, as I am also, in addition to decorating my apartment and getting my apartment together, I am helping my parents renovate their house. So they're currently renovating their house. The interior is done, so I'm taking this little table back to one of the bedrooms in my parents' house. My parents don't live too far from me. I live in the city myself. My parents are out east, so I'm blessed to have my car in the city. I know that's wild, but I do keep my car in the city, somewhere safe, of course. So it was super easy for me to take this table apart and pop it into the car and drive it back to my parents' and then donate this to one of the bedrooms in my parents' house. As you can see, I am wrapping it in wallpaper because I had extra wallpaper, peel and stick wallpaper that I used for my studio. So I figured to wrap this vanity up in this peel and stick wallpaper to give it some warmth because it would really complement the bedroom that I am redoing in my parents' house. A few days later, it was time to start the library, the bookcase. If you guys remember earlier in this vlog, I showed you images of inspiration of what I want this library to look like. So I managed that in the course of a few days, and in my days off from work, I was able to squeeze in and start building the IKEA bookcases. The apartment is a mess. It is no secret, but trust the process. Here, I'm just showing you that it's raining in New York City. What a perfect way to be productive in the apartment. But I wiped everything out. Kamak Sofi Korikadam, Pakishkadam, because in these little cabinets, I'm going to store all of my shoes. So once these doors are closed, all of these shoes and everything that's all over the apartment, I'm going to pop back into these cabinets. Again, this is stage 1 of the bookcase. Slowly but surely, this library is coming together. Doing a quick little time lapse for you to showcase of me painting the frame. Just doing some caulking, getting some trim going on. And as you guys watch these time-lapse videos, remember that I filmed these in the course of a few days, weeks, and months. This obviously did not happen overnight. Anytime that I would find some time off from work or I had time off, I would focus on a little corner project. And speaking of project, my coffee table had finally arrived. I think it took like a month and a half, but nevertheless, I ordered from TOV Furniture, and it's gorgeous. Can't wait to show you guys. But next up, let's dive into the kitchen. This is the kitchen now. What I did is, it looked like a rental. It looked a little too white for me. So I did want to paint it because that was just too much work to paint behind the counters. So I decided to get these peel and stick backsplash. And the reason I love these backsplash is that A, they were super affordable, they're thin, and they are renters friendly. They're, as you can see, like stickers, so they were super affordable, and it was really easy to peel and stick on the wall. I squeezed in some videos for Instagram if you haven't watched it already. And earlier in this vlog, I showcased a photo of the light that I wanted for my living room, and it finally arrived. Honestly, guys, I know it's a rental space, but this is my space, and slowly but surely, it's looking more like a home. So even if it's like adding a little backsplash or a wallpaper, even changing the light fixtures makes your apartment space so much more magical. AC on blast, so I'm not quite sure if you can hear me, but if you guys remember this guy, I had this in my old apartment, but it was mounted to the wall as part of my vanity. I'm going to insert a picture here to give you guys a glimpse, but I do want to transform this now into a little chair. We're going to transform this in a little chair. The insides, I have to clean it up. I'm gonna store all of my, I don't know what I'm gonna store yet. I used to store, obviously, makeup in my old apartment. It was my vanity. Then moving to this apartment, I stored all of my clutches, small bags, laptop covers, fanny packs, like any small leather goods was kept in here. So I might still do that because I still need storage for it, but regardless, we are going to install some of the legs that I got. The legs are going to be mounted for now, and then eventually I'll paint it or wallpaper it or create a little cushion for it. But this will go on this wall with legs as a little chair, a little bench. This wall will be painted, but I'm not going to do that now. What I will do today, we're going to install the legs. We are also going to attach the peel and stick wallpaper. I just need a really tall ladder because this ladder is not going to help me reach all the way up top. So waiting for that. And these are the shelves that are going to go in the corner. I think I'm going to start all the way up top just so it doesn't block the door. We'll figure it out, but the higher the better. So shelves up top there.
دوستای عزیز، خدا کنه که خسته نشده باشین. ویدیو آستاستا به خلاصی میاد. I know this vlog is quite long, but this is truly to showcase that the apartment makeover took more than just a few days or weeks or month. So I want to probably show the time lapse, but this was a few months later now, and it was a rainy Saturday that I finally decided to paint this little hallway. So I got a half a gallon, I believe, of this creamy dark coffee color. I don't even know what to call it, but it's like a light dirty chai brown, like a dirty latte. I like it. It kind of went with the aesthetic of the wallpaper, the shelves, so I started painting it. And this may look like a lot of work and a lot of time, and it is, you guys, but I genuinely mean it when I say I enjoy the process of taking my time and decorating this apartment little by little, because A, it's coming out of my own pocket, out of the hard work that I earned. I'm taking my time, that one day off at a time when I do find the time from work, to decorate this apartment, because it's so much more enjoyable to finally sit back and look at every nook and corner of your space and know, you know what, I did that. I painted it, I installed it wallpaper, I plopped that bookshelf, etc. So to slowly but surely see it come together is one magical moment.
Here at Lowe's. I have to tell you, if you guys come to Lowe's by yourself, it gets very overwhelming, sort of intimidating. But get your measurements. Measurements are everything, because Lowe's honestly cuts it for you, which has been such a game changer for me. But yeah, I'm here by myself and I'm gonna see if I can get 3-inch moldings. Fingers crossed.
You guys, being in Lowe's or Home Depot or any hardware store by yourself is a little intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, but I was on a mission. Your girl was on a mission to recreate this wall. So ignore the measurements. These are not the proper measurements, but I'm showcasing to give you an idea of what I wanted to create in the wall. I wanted to create moldings. Again, I did want my apartment to look like a white box rental. So this is what we did. I wanted to create this molding on the wall to give it a Parisian farmhouse, make it more like a home than a rental again. So I got myself a laser level, tape, a nail gun, and I was able to get the measurements. Long story short, we were able to get the moldings up in the wall. It took the whole day, believe it or not. Took longer than expected, but here's the before. We are going to paint it, but I'm really liking how this apartment is coming together. It was fun for me, like I said, but slowly but surely this apartment is coming together. I hope you guys can see the vision of what I have in mind. I always say to myself, trust the process, because slowly but surely this apartment is going to turn into my dream New York City apartment. Slowly but surely. All right, you guys, fast forward to the future, fast forward to the present. It is officially March 2024, and this is the update apartment. I have to take a moment to humbly say I am genuinely so proud of myself. I am really liking how this apartment is coming together. By all means, we are not complete, we are not done. But like I said at the beginning of the video, we're 80% there. I'm really loving how the wallpaper in the kitchen hallway turned out. It made it more a bit warmer and cozier. If you remember how it looked like before, it was just a white rental hallway. Again, nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to make it look home. I'm absolutely in love with the way the kitchen backsplash turned out. Again, renters friendly. They were peel and stick. And now it's time to show you the bedroom reveal. I absolutely love the way the bedroom turned out. If you saw the before towards your left, you can see that I started painting it on a rainy Saturday. For some reason, there's a lot of gloomy rainy days here in New York City. Nonetheless, I'm excited for spring to come. I started in painting the bedroom first, and then the next day I started with the peel and stick wallpaper. I had a little accent wallpaper, and then slowly but surely I popped in some shelves, some artwork that finally made the bedroom more like home. It looks warm and cozy. It's a bit girly but still minimal, and I just love entering the bedroom. And I highly recommend, if you haven't already, do follow me on Instagram and or TikTok. My handles are down in the bio below, because I share live updates, live stories of all my makeovers. And here's the update of the living room. Again, I really love the paint color. Initially, I was a little worried with the paint color of the living room, but slowly but surely it's growing on me. Now here is where I want to add my TV. I'm thinking of for a Samsung frame TV, but nevertheless, one day at a time. I am on a budget, so I want to buy the TV on a good deal or eventually soon. Alright, you guys, خدا کنه خسته نشده باشین. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will most certainly see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah. Bye!